Hey, Duckling. And hello to all of you out there, Internet. Bones here. It's been a very, very busy week for yours truly. But no worries, because our baseball analyst expert, the Little Duckling, has been handling all our video posting needs here. What do you mean you haven't? Oh, wings are too short to reach the keyboard. Go figure. Well, oh well. Hey, it's time for our monthly segment. It is already that time. A tour of the cellar. Let's get started. The New York Mets are a classic example of how paying a guy a lot doesn't always produce great results. You see, New York signed a lot of players who were awesome in the prime of their careers, but who have a lot of age and who have struggled with injury, and the bottom line is that they're not that great of a baseball team, as would be evidenced by them being in the Cellar report. Duh. New York's real bright spot in terms of this season is that they're in a division with the Washington Nationals, who are a young team and are improving, but you're probably not going to be ahead of the Mets come, say, July, August. Yeah, that's about it for New York. They will be losing a lot of these bad contracts at the end of this season and next, so hopefully for Mets fans, they can improve. As a Braves fan, I don't mind if they stay bad. The Houston Astros are a great example of a team that's performing exactly to expectations. Unfortunately for them, the expectation was that they would be one of, if not the worst teams in baseball this year. Spot on, Astros. The Stros have decent run support. The problem primarily rests with their pitching, which allows more runs than any other staff in baseball. You're not going to win many games, obviously, if you allow more runs than anybody else, unless your offense is prolific. Houston's offense is merely average. There's not much hope coming up in the minor leagues for pitching prospects, so hang on, Astros fans. It could be a long, bumpy ride. The good news is, if you're a Pittsburgh Pirates fan, your team probably won't finish last in its division this year. That's the first time in a long time that's happened. San Diego has the opposite problem as the Houston Astros. San Diego's pitching allows a very, very, very low number of runs. It's just their offense cannot score to save their lives. Now, understand a few things. Low run totals are to be expected with San Diego. They play in a ballpark that just doesn't allow runs. It eats baseballs. It and the Mariners Stadium Safeco Field regularly finish at the bottom of the league in runs scored per game. Here's a problem for San Diego. San Diego's team doesn't just have an issue with scoring runs. They have an issue with batting average. They have an issue with on-base percentage. Their batting average is the worst in the league. Their on-base percentage is 27th out of 30 teams. You can't attribute that to being in a huge stadium. That's just poor hitting. San Diego, they're performing a bit under where they should be, so the hope for them is that those averages will come back up closer to normal because the team's hitting just 200 right now. And then Arizona, who is also in their division, should really start to show their true colors and slide downward. So don't look for San Diego to be in the bottom of the NL West for too much longer. Out in the American League East, the bottom two spots in the division are both occupied by the Baltimore Orioles and the Toronto Blue Jays. To better explain the situation, we've called in our bird expert, the Little Duckling. Glad I could pull you away from your sandwich. Anyway, the Blue Jays currently occupy the last place spot in the division. But the good news is they're 13-16, which is one of the best records for a worst team right now. Duckling, thoughts on the Blue Jays? She's right. The Jays actually have a +3 run differential. They scored 3 more runs than they've allowed. They've just had a bit of bad luck in certain close games. No worries for Toronto fans. Who should be worried are the Orioles fans, who, after that hot start, started to look like, well, last year's team in the American League East. Either way, Baltimore's probably going to finish in 4th or 5th, and Toronto's going to finish in 4th or 5th in that division. So keep an eye out for the American League East's Cellar race. Well, I think that's all we need you for, so you can go back to eating now. Let's move on. Of all the divisions in baseball, the one that's produced the largest amount of surprises thus far is the American League Central. Cleveland sitting at the top with the best record in baseball? That's surprising enough, but what's really surprising is at the bottom of the division, that two of the favorites to win this division, the Minnesota Twins and the Chicago White Sox, are sitting down there with some of the worst records in baseball. By the way, thanks Minnesota. Glad I picked you to win the American League in my preseason preview. Chicago, whew, I mean, this is a streakily bad team. They've just looked really off thus far. From mid to late April, they had a streak where they went 1-10. You can't do that. You can't dig yourself that big of a hole in April and still expect to be on top of the division come September. Chicago's problem rests primarily in the fact that their pitching has been bad, their hitting has been bad, and you got to improve one of the two or you won't win that many games. Preferably, they'll improve two of the two so that Ozzie Guillen can keep his job. Because really, if Ozzie gets fired, where is baseball going to get its profanity-laced tirades from? Seattle is a team that is built very, very poorly for the venue in which they play. The Mariners are in a stadium that does not allow many runs. Even great hitters have trouble scoring there, and the Mariners certainly don't have that many great hitters. So they should have built the team with an excellent pitching staff. Really, they've got Felix Hernandez, and I'll be totally honest with you, maybe I'm a terrible baseball blogger, but I couldn't name you another Mariners pitcher, any of them. The point is that Seattle is going to have trouble scoring runs, and aside from King Felix, they're going to have trouble holding 1-0 and 2-0 leads. So they're going to have to either pick somebody up or start developing minor league prospects or trade for some pitchers, for crying out loud. It's painful to watch the Mariners play baseball. Well, condolences to fans of the 6 teams mentioned in this video. If you'd like to send your own profanity-laced Ozzie Guillen-style tirade, please do so at our email address. That is bittersportsnetwork@gmail.com. If you'd like, leave a comment down in the comment section below. Other than that, hope everybody has a great day, and we'll see y'all next time. Alrighty, so apparently all these bad teams need is a pep talk. Well, I'll never get Lou Holtz here in this amount of time, so here goes. Bad. Never have the bad baseball season. But bad baseball season can be turned into a good baseball season by doing a few things. Hitters, we need you to hit the ball. We need you to hit the ball over the outfield wall. You hit the ball over the outfield wall. That's when you get a home run. You get to run around the bases. Pitchers, we need you to throw the ball. You need to throw the ball hard right there in the catching mitt. Think like a quarterback for no damn $5. But don't think too much like a quarterback for no damn $5. You throw the ball to the wide receiver, and you don't want to throw the ball to the wide receiver because you wind up hitting the ball. Somebody understands. Anyway, what you need to do is you need to think like a no damn $5. No damn $5 is the best sports team of any sport to ever be playing sports. In fact, I think the quarterback for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the rest of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish come out there and play the New York Yankees and beat them in baseball. Matter of fact, I'm going to go organize that game right now. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye.